finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to PTM Racing TV. And no, your eyes do not deceive you.
I have been working on a few little tweaks here to the broadcast. Make sure we give you guys a little something cool to see. I sure hope you guys enjoy as we're going to be kind of flipping around through the day. But nevertheless, race fans, welcome back here to PTM Race TV live here from Richmond Raceway. This is the Lightning Wrapz 100 from Atlanta Racing League, presented in part by our friends at the Pit Stall Racing Series, the ButtKicker Company, Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, and of course, Lightning Wrapz. So, race fans, as we get ready to send it on down your way here, the time has come. Let us take a look at our starting lineup presented by the Pit Stall Racing Series. On the pole, it's the Rattlesnake, Robert Conn, 21. The outside him, and the number 7 is going to be Jeffrey Vickery. At row number 2, it's going to be Bobby Anderson. The one the outside him, and the number 20 is going to be Robert Hissong. Row number 4 and row number 3 is going to be the 84, Matthew Hoffer. The outside him, and the 13 is Hunter Hansen. Row number 4 is Mike Wright out in the 76, with the outside being in the number 5, the Throttle Chantel Bottle. Row number 5 is going to be the 27, Corey Reed, the outside in the 99. That is Wally Babb. Row number 6, Jason Henry, number 3, the outside in the number 12, Shane Ledoux. And row number 7 is going to be the 98 of Sean Long, the outside of in the big 90, Dennis Warnes. Row number 8 is going to be the 20 of Jeff Oakes, the outside of in the number 16, and the number 77 is going to be the Stephen Ford. Final stars in row 9. Clinton Seymour in the 18, and the 87 of Kevin Baker. Race fans, let's bring them down to the action-packed show here. That is going to be Bella Racing League. I've got a few little tweaks and stuff I have made. Now, I want you guys to watch these broadcasts carefully for this one specifically. If there is something cool that you find in our little switch over to the instant replays or the replay videos, let me know. Do you guys like it? Do you want me to go back to the original? I need your opinions. I need your thoughts. I cannot get these broadcasts, and my team can't get these broadcasts better if you do not like what we do. So we need to make sure you like our little changes, our little switch ups here as we go through the show and go through the race today. This field of over 18 drivers on the lineup here, about to set foot in the grassroots racing habits. We are indeed here at Richmond Raceway, 3/4 of a mile in length. If you want to compare it to any track, the closest one comes to it is Iowa Speedway. The only difference to Iowa and Richmond is that back straight. The biggest thing is you're going to watch drivers have to really straighten it out off of turn number 2, then line it back to the corner to turn 3 and 4, where it then configures back into another oval configuration, forcing the drivers to really know their spots and hit their marks perfectly as executed. Well, he is your points leader entering into this race. The Rattlesnake Robert Conn looking to continue that streak and keep the speeds up. We've had numerous winners this season. He's the only one to win 3 races this season, much less win anything more than 2, where green is out. Nobody else has won more than 1 this season. It's been a wild season of winners this track. And we're already going to have some fun dealing with this one. Robert Hissong, the 28, nearly losing it off the corner. Great save by the 28, but the caution will fly. So, unfortunately, things getting a little bit out of hand here out of the start here. We'll take a look at the PTM instant replay. Hissong looks like got tabbed there by the 13 of Hunter Hansen. Hansen giving him the bump and run. Halford backing off, getting out of the way there. But unfortunately for Hansen, that won't fly by. We'll take a look at it here. And again, watch carefully, guys, because I am we swapped out how we transition. So I want you to know. I want to know for you. Do you like what you see, or do you not want to see it? Do you want me to go back to the original? Let me know. I can't know until you tell me. Hansen for sure done the shot there, so he is going to pit road here. So Trouble's already out of the gate here, unfortunately, giving some drivers a bit of a headache or two. Some problems out on the start. Not exactly what they want to see or what they want to bring to the table. They're going to have to get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more squared up, in my opinion, in order to avoid trouble here today. That's going to be their biggest consequence, their biggest factor throughout. Robert Hesson going into pit road. Damage up on the 28. He did suffer a little bit of a hit there on the front of the nose, so I have to see how bad that kind of messes with him here and how bad it kind of hurts him in the long run here. Here we go, race fans. This field is going to square back up into phase number 1 here. We are not reading our competition caution just yet, so we're going to let him kind of roll back on out. Hunter Hansen with that little toe tap there will send himself to the back of the field. He's going to have to work from there here. Not something you wanted to see when you're the 6th fastest qualifier, but unfortunately, you got to pay your dues and you got to pay the works. Just like in the good old days of pro wrestling, you pay your dues by taking the bumps and taking your shots, and then from there you work your way into the big cash there, kid. Well, we'll see if Hammer and Hansen gets it back done, but meanwhile the Rattlesnake will fire him up back down on the green flag. Starting zone, we are back at it for the Lightning Wrapz 100. Match at the gas pedal yet again. Drivers already find themselves strapped or deadlocked in a few positions, trying to hold on. Down to the corners here, smoke a burrowing from the wall. Sean Law getting into in the 98 there as you see Bobby Anderson trying to go out of here with Jeffrey Vickery. Feel tight backed into the corners here. They're going to line him back down through on the front straightaway. Hard to the nose, down to the corners. Slight damage on the number 5 at Chantel Throttle Pottle here. May have been just kind of got a little too eager into that wall protection there. We've seen it happen plenty of times before. You get a slight bit aggressive when you really shouldn't be, and next thing you know, that thing is going to go straight into the wall, and you have nowhere to go other than just slamming it up and taking some damage. Coming back around right now, Wally Babb here, the guy last week who shocked the world and finally did what he set out to do all these years later. They pulled off the W. Came out here today and he said to me flat out, look, I'm not out here to win. I don't need to really get any more wins this season. I've got the one I was looking for, and it was at my home track of all things. But it would be nice to kind of make a little bit of a good time out here and have a little more fun with these drivers. I'll just have to see how it plays out. Yes, sir, we'll have to indeed. They're bad, but nevertheless, congratulations again last week on your victory. As we got a few of the other heavy hitters coming at it right now. Bobby Anderson, the number 1, he's taken it to victory lane this season already. Had some great moments in between, had some good runs on the shot. Chris Bass also been to victory lane. Jeffrey Vickery, Jeff Oakes. They all have Wally Babb, Robert Kahn, and Chantel Pottle. That has been your numerous winners this season, and if I'm not mistaken, I think since like our first season ever, that's the most winners we have had in a single season come out on the track. It's thoroughly impressive, honestly, just to see like how quick and how close it's becoming. And yet, we have only begun it, and if these guys stick around, I think we'll see a lot more of that, and we'll see a lot more of that hard racing that these drivers are known for. But today, of course, returning to the grassroots edges of Light Richmond Raceway here. Used to be a half a mile in length till they had reconfigured and repaved it to help kind of adjust to the inflation of the early 90s and early 80s, if you will. That was back then. Unfortunately, we were kind of in a bit of a, well, not unfortunately, we were in a bit of a booming period. But tracks were becoming more and more difficult to run. The short tracks, like half miles and quarter miles, you had to run something closer to 3/4 to a full mile, or you would be considered kind of on the chopping block from a NASCAR point of view. However, that certainly would never be the case for Martinsville and Bristol, staying as absolute fan favorites throughout the seasons we have brought to the table and we've seen even on this show. I still love a good Martinsville race, even though some drivers will disagree with that idea. Throttle Chantel File qualifying in 8th, down 2 spots though. Currently working the field in with the number 3, Jason Henry in the Valvoline Chevrolet. Henry no slouch when it comes to getting into victory lane either. He's got a win back on last season, the first win back at iRacing Super Speedway, the first race of the season. Really honed down his craft, really started to kind of corner off and give everything he had to the table, and he's really showed us what he can do from there. Dennis Warren's also another guy who has tasted victory before. Would love to do it again as soon as possible. Kathleen Crawford saying hashtag Team Rattlesnake down in the chat here. Kathleen, it's great to hear from you again. And speaking of the Rattlesnake, well, he's kind of comfortably sitting in the race lead, a full second and a half ahead of Jeffrey Vickery. But one thing I will say right now is the track under the night lights has kept the trucks cool. Have kept the track a little bit more centered off, so it makes it a little bit stickier, a little bit more grip. But that doesn't mean later down the road it can't get a little bit more difficult when that rubber gets laid down. As soon as the rubber starts to form on the track, that's when it becomes more of a fight off here and really a tougher shot in the dark for drivers to have to work around. That, in my opinion, will be what really brings us to the table and brings us to the dance. Hunter Hansen at 13 Rockside Tires. I forgot all about him. He also has tasted victory lane this season. Remember back at Eldora where he had to scratch and claw and fight everybody off just to get it, and Hammer and Hansen lived up to the nickname on the dirt. Unfortunately though, out of the start here at Richmond here, he did not quite get off the line as well as he'd like to and end up getting into the number 28 at Robert Hissong, now currently fighting his way back into the field. He's going to need that competition caution to help him out a little bit because this is not looking too good right now for the Hammer downtime man himself. Hard battle between Warrens and Pottle here as looks like a little bit of trouble for Mike Rideout. Mike Rideout driving a little bit higher up on the edge there. The MRM machine striking up to the top. Can't quite get the truck to corner as much as he'd like it to here. Without issue though, still fights off the rest of the field, trying to hang on down there as you see him dealing with the 3 of Henry on the inside corner now. Now the good news is for Henry is that the bottom will be good for the entries. However, the outside on the exits is where Rideout can actually defeat him at. If you get it just strong enough on the outside, get a good run off that put up the exit, the outside is where you actually force the other driver to have to turn in a little bit more. And without enough momentum to carry through, it becomes way too difficult to hammer and really difficult to control on that edge of the plate. And you can see right here too, Henry, look at how low he is. Look at how much he's having to turn that thing in just to get the truck to get past the steady stick. That's going to cost him some time here and open the door for others. As you see even up ahead, Matthew Hoffer putting up a fight to last week's feature winner, Wally Babb in the 99. And Babb going into this race too, knew he had a bit of a target on his back, trying to defend off that win and trying to show everybody that it was not a fluke last week. I'll tell you one thing right now, if anybody thinks that Atlanta Super Speedway / Moore Speedway of the update is a track you can just get an easy win on, somebody probably ought to tell you that's literally the darndest question and answer you could ever give. That track is impossible sometimes to get a win on, much less a solid win on that Super Speedway. It is one of the toughest tracks and most, dare I say, enduring tracks these guys have faced all season round, without question, in my opinion. Fuel mileage too, I looked at the fuel mileage, and for the most part after the competition caution, things will be a-okay for them. They just need to make sure they get enough of it in them. Really, the biggest problem is going to be dealing with tire wear strategy and tire burn off, especially when the rubber starts to get laid down. How well can you get the truck to corner back off around and kind of keep closer together? Even when I said that promo video earlier, I said this is grassroots racing. It's a short track, my friends. They're hard racing. They're closer together than ever. No driver has the advantage. Hoffert dipping it down on the outside as Babb continues to fight him on the inside. Anderson and Vickery kind of laying back low for a while. Everybody else right up ahead of the field. This is some great racing here from the Pedal Metal Racing League, guys, as they're currently trying to find a way around the other without taking the other out. Trying to be keeping it respectful and keep it clean. But even I'll be the first to tell you, there's times you just can't keep it too much cleaner any more than you need to. Some great moments here. Look out. Here comes Oaks inside. Here comes the move. Oh, but he can't get the pass as the caution flies out. The competition caution has been engaged. And with that, I believe also that actually is going to make things just a little bit more difficult for the driver's end, because now they're going to have to fight fuel mileage off just by a few laps here. That may force them into pit. That's going to force them into pit road at least once. I believe, if I did my math right, I think it was either around 45 or 60 you got in the fuel. I'm going to go around 50, 55 in total if you save. 60 is really pushing it. And even then, I don't think it's going to be enough to win this one out. So, nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, as we come back to you live here from Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia, Robert Kahn has taken the lead early, and he's showing everybody he's not here to mess around. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, presented in part by our friends at the Pit Stall Racing Series. With Thursday night super late model action at your fingertips, the Pit Stall Racing Series is the perfect place to get your racing fix on Thursday nights. Be sure to tune in with them at the Pit Stall Racing Series. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance on feeling real tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you have been missing. By Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. Ford Entertainment Group PC.net is looking to bring everything to your PC needs. And by Lightning Wrapz, with the most affordable designs made at your leisure, Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring the best designs to your library.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Pedal the Metal Racing League would like to give a big thank you to our sponsors for Season A here. Once again, thank you so much for all your support and everything you brought to the table. And race fans and sponsors alike, continue on here with the Lightning Wrapz 100 at Richmond Raceway. Let's continue on indeed here, race fans. We are back live here on the show as we're going to get ready to get back down to it and see what goes down on the table. This should be an interesting one. Here we go, back to the restart. Field lines them down here. Anderson up top side right now, trying to immediately get a run there on the Rattlesnake, trying to not let him get through too fast. The field packed and stacked up there in between as they go running right down into the hatch. Through 3 and 4. Everybody stable as can be. Still good to go. Uh-oh, maybe not. Henry, no! My. And Jason Henry in the number 3 goes for a little bit of a ride off of turn number 4. Some cold tires versus worn out tires won't get you very far. Matter of fact, it actually makes things a lot harder than you realize. And unfortunately for Henry, it got him good there. Came right off down out of turn number 4 there, and yeah, it was all on him. He just got himself loose in the corner and nowhere to go. Field gonna get punched back around here and see what they can do from there. That was definitely not the area they were looking for or what they were wanting to plan to do. Bit of a mistake there to the corner here. The second caution of the day, barring the competition caution. Field gonna double file them in once again here. Conn still your leader. Anderson now into the second spot. Vickery gonna go into the third. Oaks in fourth. Babb in fifth. Everybody else right now behind, trying to figure out where their strategy's gonna lie and where their plans are gonna lay in wait. Lap 38 on back down there. There'll be Henry Ford, Hoffert, Ledoux, and his song all entering into pit road. Looking at the fuel mileage, I'm betting, trying to see if they can strike a bit of an advantage on the drivers here. Coming right back around, down off of turn number 4, back to the restart zone. Lightning Wrapz restart off. Here we go again. You just get a sense of feeling when they just come roaring right into your living room and just come flying in like a harpoon on the ocean floor, trying to land the big fish. And right now, that big fish is the whale ahead in the sea as Khan tries to hold him off. But up top, Anderson, slight run on the top side, trying to force Khan to go in deeper, trying to force him to not get in that position. Anderson though has the advantage. And look at this, Anderson. He's got enough momentum to get around Khan. Khan loses the control. He can't get him ahead. Khan's going back down in deep. He still can't get it. Anderson takes the lead. So a new leader in Bobby Anderson. And then once more, it just shows how chaotic the restarts can get and what can go down and what can go wrong, especially when this happens again. Trouble. Well, and now we're back to square one, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't really tell you what went wrong there. We're just going to have to take a look at the PT Instant Replay here. Looks like Baker was trying to avoid trouble and he just kind of got trapped in between with the 98 there. Not quite sure if we can get another look at that one on the replay vantage point. Yeah, to me it looked like Baker just got a little too spot on there. Was trying to find our opening. Would take. See, he's coming down, he's trying to avoid the 27, but kind of just got trapped between him and the 98 there. So Baker with a bit of damage there on his truck, unfortunately. Going to slow him back down at the paces. Hoffert and Rideout trying to catch up end of the field again. Definitely not what we're expecting here today for these guys. I think a lot of drivers are struggling to get used to that grassroots racing style again, and then also struggling to get used to the fact that it is a short track. We talk about it constantly and how difficult it is to switch from the mile longs to the mile and a half, and then having to go back to your old school racing, which is the short tracks, smaller venues. It's a very tough little cookie to crumble with, and it's a very tough little spot to actually find yourself in, because you really can't really get a full grasp of it until you practice, until you really set the bar high on yourself. Looks like Khan's gone into pit road as well. Looks like he's looking at that fuel run too. Same with many other drivers right now. These guys desperately trying to stay focused and keep up the pace. If you guys are new to the show here, thanks for tuning on in. First off, second, be sure to like and follow us up here on Facebook. Head over to our YouTube, subscribe there as well if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys more action here live on the shows as we go along for the seasons. Green flag is out. Remember at this race too, there was only one more race remaining for the championship 5. Top 5 will win prizes at the end of the season here, but the winner, of course, will take home the illustrious glory of being naming the Pedal Metal Racing League season champion, a title I've only been able to claim once in my life, and that is actually just in the truck series itself, but not on iRacing. But it's one of those coveted things you just really cannot describe until you've got it in your possession. Jeff Oakes knows that all too well. He feels like he's been owed one so many times. He gets one on Anderson there as he takes the lead. Oaks had a pretty crazy season in his own right. He's had a few close calls and encounters leading and winning this race out, only to then have everything get completely dismantled on him and thrown out the window. He's looking to try to change that today with this position in his performance. Robert Hisson, also another guy, in my opinion, it should have been a whole lot closer to a victory lane more than he has this season. He's almost closer to that 27 there, almost taking him for a bit of a ride. Even Ford and Shane Ledoux all over the place right now. The 77 currently struggling to keep himself out of trouble. Shane Ledoux, same thing for him. And Chantel Bottle sneaks her way around on the inside. Great corner off by the 5 as she's trying to make her way back into the field. Same for Matthew Hoffer right now in the number 84 machine, currently struggling this season to pull a win off out of his hat and trying to get out of the messes he's thrown himself into. He thought today maybe a good chance or opportunity to really prove that here. Glenn Seymour, a guy that has yet to win this season, but has shown great promise and great strides here. I thought a few times, honestly, he may have actually had a chance to get it done and get something going for him and his team, but alas, had not been the case. And so many drivers getting so tight off a turn two as well. It's interesting just to think that, again, that's a corner that usually kind of gives a little bit more entry and a little more obstacles to face around, but that flat spot off the corner is what shifts them so quickly up to that right side, and they don't even realize it. So I think you're carrying the speed, and then you realize you can't turn it as much anymore, and then you got to back it down. And then that's when trouble will brews again, and it's struck, and it's going to happen again here. Matthew Hoffer in the 8-4 and the 3 of Jason Henry involved in the wreck off of the back stretch. Henry and Richmond today just cannot get a fair common ground with one another. I'm almost guaranteeing it here. What on earth happened here? Let's take a look at the replay. Henry shoves it in a little bit on the 77. And then a backstretch here. Oh. 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 Oh my. Looks like that might have been Shane Ledoux there in the number 12. That definitely looked like his number. We'll take another look at it from another angle. Yeah, a couple more angles we'll take a look at here. I think really that was kind of one of those positions here that I think he didn't realize where he was at until it was kind of too little too late here. Yeah, they're going to call it on Ledoux there, looks like, for the kind of the toe tap there. Yeah, the crazy thing is, the more these cautions come out, the harder it is for the leaders to really start to build momentum, build a lead up, and then get ahead of what they're dealing with. We talk about it constantly, but it's if you're the leader, you have yourself in two bad positions. Number one, you either have tires wearing in, your fuel's running down low, or you've got literally have to keep setting these restarts up perfectly. These strategies you can't seem to figure out from anything here. Jason Henry says the engine blew. No repeat from season 5 of Richmond. The disappointing season continues. Henry, sorry to hear about that, sir. It's very sad and disappointing to see you have to go out here early, man. We do thank you for coming on board, though. We certainly hope you'll visit us for the final race this season next time out. Very tough little deal for you there, sir. We'll pilot them down once more off the corner distance, back to the restart zone. The Lightning Wrapz restart has come for us. And the more you guys start in the back, the harder it gets to even get to the front. But those that are currently fighting out for the rest of the field are currently dealing with this power up ahead. Down the lanes. Trouble again. Corey Reed almost sending it down into the distance, but he's able to hold on. Everybody else right now striving to kink and conquer their field up and hold on to their momentum. Down on the inside turns though. Robert Kahn has now regained the lead. Jeff Oakes, who had the lead for a bit, now lost it. This is exactly what he did not want to see. That restart got him good, and it's catching him even worse for where Bobby Anderson trying to make a run for it up to the top side here. Going right for the 20 of Jeff Oakes, trying to move the chains ahead. Field tumultuously trying to find openings, trying to find areas to pass. Again, it's very difficult here. You got two options. Dive it in quick to the inside on 3, or you're going to have to fire them off quick in 1. That's the only places, I'll tell you, are for sure good passing zones. And even then, it's still very difficult to pass. Leaning him back down. Yet again, Sean Long into the wall protection. The 5 Chantel Powell getting out of that direction. Wally Babb in the 99 throwing it head-to-head with the 20 of Jeff Oakes in the Napa Auto Parts. Number 20 here. Good battle going on between these two as Babb seeks his way in the inside. That 99 is proven last week was not a fluke. He's fighting and he is scratching and clawing through this field. Robert Hessong, Clinton Seymour, and Kevin Baker right now. They're also in a bit of a scruffle and a bit of a kerfuffle trying to find the opening or two. Oh, Baker though, oh my. He drove that thing in deep in turn 1 more than I thought he was gonna. And Clinton Seymour and Robert Hessong was not expecting that, my word. Could have been disaster between those drivers there, but they were able to keep it clean and keep it real with each other. Anderson right now currently in a fight, or kerfuffle, a scruffle, trying to take down the Rattlesnake. The W number 1 looking to try to do it. New scheme on this base today. And he's looking to try and put it to good use. Kahn, he's digging in deep, but you can see Anderson, he's forcing him to dig in. That's what's causing him to burn the right front up. He's got to be careful about that. You burn that right up front too much, and you've got no turn left. And that turn 2 is where you're going to have the most troubles at, because you're going to lose so much speed and momentum, and then it turns into a blockade. You got to try to defend him off as much as you can. Kahn well aware of this, and he's trying to hold on. Anderson lining him up. Here he goes to the inside. Does Anderson have the run? He does, and Kahn can't hold him. Coming off of turn number 4, though. Can he speed it up? Oh, he does, but again, it's close. It is close. Very close. Right back into the turn. The Rattlesnake is in a bind. He's fighting with this race. He's fighting with this race on the line. Whoever can out-drag race the other two will have the advantage. Kahn still digging in deep. Anderson staying with it. Oh, I think these two can go at it the whole day if they could, and the whole end of the night if they want. Dead even still, but Kahn looks like the outside might have given him a slight advantage, and now that seems to have worked. Anderson's using up too much on the inside. Kahn now using it to his will, but he can see Anderson is not done with him yet. He's got the power now to get back at him. Kahn's sneaky. He's a bit of a snake, as I've told you before. He's the Rattlesnake for a reason. He'll make you really think twice about trying to get too crazy with it. And Anderson, you can see he is slamming the brakes entering into that turn. You saw that front nose just dip right in. He's holding that thing down as much as he can. And the sad part, though, is the more they keep fighting, the more Wally Babb's just going to keep on catching him. Could the Babb get to the front and take the lead away? This would be a huge showing for him to not only win at his home track in Atlanta, but then pull off the big W at Richmond. He's scratching and he's clawing. He's got his eye on both of them. Meanwhile, in the back of the pack right now for the top 8 here, it's Baker versus Spottle here. Spottle looking to try to get a run going on the 87 as Hammer and Hansen moves back into 7th after his little skirmish there. We're at lap 73 of 100 so far. Spottle trying to dig it in deep, looking for the run. She said she's been working on some new techniques and some things she's been trying to get better at. It looks like it might be working for her. And she's got a run on Baker in the inside. Remember what we saw earlier. But she's got more momentum entering into turn 3. Oh, but she slammed the brake a lot quicker there. I don't know if that was meant for her just to keep the 87 from getting too close or what was going on there. Could have had some more momentum to carry through. She does not do it though. Has the right front become too difficult to make any aggressive maneuvers or passes, I wonder. That's going to be the thing that's going to really scorn or troublesome them. Baker, though, he makes the mistake and gives the line up, but he's able to still hold the momentum on the outside. Impressive. Looks like there's still some room on the top side to use if you need to slingshot it, but it's very, very difficult to use up. Hansen right now just watching from a mark. Probably not even watching his mirror. He's probably more focused on just staying close to his eyes and close to the race. As the field closes in, there goes the gap, and there's the pass. Clean pass. The throttle sent up. Otto will move it now into the change, but right up ahead, Jeffrey Vickery, Dennis Warrens, they're all now catching up to Con Anderson and Babb. They are all slowing up tremendously here. Con has been fighting Anderson off so much, he forgot about the rest of the field behind him, and they are trying to get to him. If Con's not careful, he could have literally a 6-car battle for the lead. The trucks right now putting on a show. This is what 550 horsepower packages can do properly on if you put them on the right track. And look at this, Anderson. He's got him in the corner. He got him on the exit, but he can't get him in the entry. He's pushing, he's throwing, he's shoving, he's jumping, he's going for it here. There it is. On the backstretch, the jump for the lead. Pours on the power. We've got a new leader. Bobby Anderson is going to take the lead away. Wally Babb watching on from afar, but you got to be wondering now, did Anderson use up too much in his case? Con will certainly try to fight him back. Anderson a little bit tight off of turn number 2. He's got to stretch it back in. Can't let that get into his head. He's got to stay focused. Stay in the moment. The onboard camera here with that D-Dub button box is number 90 of Dennis Warrens. Hammering the throttle down quickly as they go here. Looks like Vickery getting a big push here from that 90 of Warrens to try to get up to Babb in this case. Some troubles down there between Baker and Pottle. Both drivers getting slowed down a bit. Hansen able to hold them down and keep both of them back behind. The speed looked like tires maybe wearing and tearing up a bit here. Look at the inside. Look out, Con. You've got company. Babb was peeking at your doors. He's peeking in there and he's looking for it. Con's trying to defend it. And Babb, he's not having it. Here he goes to the inside. Can he make the run for it? Oh, he got blocked again. The rattlesnake bites. He bit down hard into that turn. He knew he couldn't let the 99 get by him. Points on the line here. Anderson well aware of that, and he's trying to get as most he can to stay in control of his season standings. Babb right now being put into a very tough predicament. Does he use the bumper or does he try to run him clean? It's not a dirty move if you can get a good bump and run out of it without taking the other driver out. I've always said that and I'll keep saying it more and more. Rubbing is racing. It's a fair race. You use fenders, you've got fenders. You use them. But I don't know if Bab wants to really go that way. I think maybe he's looking at trying to get the overall picture put in front of him. A third place finish while also hanging in with some of the toughest guys. Really would show something for his case. I don't know where his mindset is. I don't know what he's thinking. I know what Colin would do if he had to do it, but he's not going to back down yet, and neither is Vickery. Looks like Vickery was getting a little bit too impatient. Made a run for it on the Bab. Why Bab, though, still holds him down. Bob Anderson right now with an impressively huge lead growing on these drivers just because their battles from the back of the pack. Vickery saw him moving on the inside, down to the corner, and there he goes. And now Vickery, aggression levels ranked up to 100. He's going for broke here, trying to get to the top. Anything to do from here, it's really just all for the points and all for the momentum to try to carry it through. Vickery, Khan, Bab, Warrens, anyhow his song, all lining into position, trying to make the best out of their predicaments. That wasn't us, by the way. That was his song. That was his song, and his Glitchcraft for Gremlins put him on the attack. Jeffrey Vickery now has got the corner panels off on the 21. Khan trying to drive that thing in as deep as he can, as quickly as he can. But Vickery is not letting him up. You can see him actually braking a little bit just to get the truck to take a set, then getting back in the gas to make sure the rear end slides out just enough to where the front can clip the grip. Whatever is left of that right front is pretty much what's allowing him to do all this and then some here. This is just an awesome battle here for the top five, to say the least, as well. Anderson's all kind of locked away here. Everybody else, though, no, not so much. Look at his song, too. Look at him, the Budweiser 828 making a run for it. He had troubles earlier on. Now he looks like he's pretty much all set for a final last-minute battle. He's going for broke here on the 90, looking to the inside. He's going to dive it in deep. Dennis will do the same. Straight off the momentum and straight through the lines here. Still neither driver giving an inch. Khan and Bab still neck and neck with each other right now for that third place spot. Vickery has got ahead of the field and jumped way further into the bunch. Wait, laps left. Top five on your screen. Meanwhile, back in the other half of the field with a battle for 7th. Hunter Hansen gonna go down with a throttle Chantel bottle. The Rockside Tires 13 trying to hold the Lightning Wrapz ButtKicker 5 ahead. And she's not going to give any quit here. She's going to the inside, looking for the run, looking for the momentum. Hansen going to dive it down in the middle, looking for the pass. Bottle's got a good run there, but she just can't finish it. She's looking for a little bit more speed to corner him into turn 1. If she can get a good entry versus his exit, that might be enough. It is. Now she needs turn 3 to make her move. And Hansen getting forced up more as they go. Pottle, though, just keeping her distance. She doesn't try to cause trouble all that much, and she's trying to stay out of it at this point. Might be a smart play on her end. Hansen showing the same respect. Both drivers dead even with one another. But Hansen able to outmaneuver her just again off of turn number 2. Hofford right behind now, looking for the pass, looking for some momentum. Nearly catches the corner bumper there when the 13 does the 5. Top 5 battling hard. Meanwhile, the guys and gals in the back fighting just as hard. Corey Reed even intervening a little bit. So much going on in one little time, one little place. Hoffert now struggling to keep the momentum up ahead. Corey Reed back on the top side here as they're going to line them back down into the positions. No driver is safe with 4 laps to go. Meanwhile, up ahead, look out. We completely forgot about the speed of victory, and Anderson slowing down. This could be trouble. 3 laps left. We forgot all about him. We thought Anderson had it all lined up. Vickery just said, no, sir. I'm not done yet. He's going for broke. He's trying to get to the 1. We're coming up. 2 laps to go. This time on by. Is there anything left in Vickery to get around Anderson if he does catch him, or does he resort to the bumpers? If I was him, I would hold nothing back if I get it just a slice bit to him. And he's holding nothing back. He's caught him in a corner. He might have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, white flag in the air, presented by Lightning Wrapz. Is there anything left of Vickery, and does Anderson have anything to hold him off with if he gets to him? Anderson's trying to keep it cool. Vickery's going for the inside. There's trouble up ahead as Reed has crashed it out. They're coming in deep. Vickery, though, not enough time, or is it? No, not to be. It's Bobby Anderson to victory lane. Wow. Oh. Oh. And fuel ran out on the 21 and the 5, and Chantal Bottle, I think, just tried to push the 21 as far as she could before giving him the old bump and run there. I don't know what that was. You guys be the judge there, but nevertheless, what a performance. The first half got shaky, but this one wasn't. Big victory for the number 1. Bobby Anderson is your winner here at Richmond. What a race. What a conclusion. Race fans, your race results now popping up on your screen. This was just pure adrenaline-filled chaos mixed in with some hard action short track racing. So, Bobby Anderson, your winner, holding victory out by about a truck length. And Wally Babb taking a podium once again. Robert Hisson going to go 4th. Dennis Warren's going to take home 5th. Hunter Hansen hammers his way back into 6th. 7th goes to Hoffer. 8th to Kevin Baker. Chantal Bao goes 9th. And 10th to Mike Rideout. Rounds out your top 10 in this one. When we come back, race fans, it's time to chat with our top 3 drivers.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Alright, race fans, welcome back here onto the show. And race fans, it's time to introduce your top 3 today. Coming out on top of it all in the 99 with a podium, it'll be Wally Babb here. And Babb, last time out, you put it in victory lane at Atlanta, your home track. This time you go the distance at Richmond. And another solid performance to get to a podium. How was it out there, sir?
It was, I was nervous because every time I've raced this track, you know, there's a lot of cautions. This one really wasn't that bad. Everybody's pretty clean. Trying to find that passing groove. I know I was battling with Con there for a minute, and the only chance I had to get inside, we kind of bumped a little. Didn't get no any incident points, you know, but I heard he ran out of gas or something, maybe fuel.
Well, from our end, it looked like he definitely did. But I was gonna say, a little rub in his race never hurt anything. I even said on the call here, I said if you gotta make that chance, take that opportunity. I mean, as long as you don't take the other out. I always said rubbing is a race into the end of its days, especially on a short track, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was definitely fun tonight.
Was indeed.
I'm sure you put on a good broadcast.
You go judge that for yourself, but I'll ask you this, my friend. You're gonna pop away with the podium here, so you want to thank for that.
I want to thank y'all again, PTM Racing, ButtKicker, Pit Stall, all of the sponsors in this league. My whole team that I hang out with, Threat Level. All those guys over there are awesome, and all the competition that's in this league.
For sure there, Bab. Congratulations. Well earned on a podium today, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Fly Bab gonna go 2 weeks in a row in a podium, and this man gonna take home another podium as well after some chaos last week. Jeffrey Vickery gonna take home second place. Jeffrey, how about this, man? You and Anderson just threw this one down at the end. It looked like he was running away, and we were kind of focused on some other things. We didn't even know you were climbing up the ladder to catch him. How did you even get up to him so quick, much less have any speed left for him, sir?
I'm like a big tire saver, but I got caught up. I know Con had older tires, so I was trying to get by him and just waiting for someone to screw up there. So even that bunch of chaos, I was able to save some more. And then I thought I would have Bobby in that last turn, but I kind of mirror drove him when he went too high, and I shouldn't have. I should have took that corner a little different, and I think I could have gotten his inside and maybe made it even closer. But I mean, I think a couple more laps, maybe I might have had him, but it was pretty cool running to the end like that.
For certainly was indeed. Now I know with the way things kind of played out, things got a little bit more hectic at the end. I mean, if it really had to boil down to anything there, would you may have had to resort to using a little bit of a bump and run tactic on him, or do you think this was exactly how you could have played it out for this team?
Yeah, I think I would have done the same. After last week, I don't want to bump and run anyone. Con was in front of me a couple times where I had a perfect opportunity to bump him. I didn't, and then finally got by him. Maybe I should have. Maybe I could have got up to Anderson quicker, but no, I wasn't gonna bump anyone.
Well, definitely respectful on your end and very clean as can be for this one to finish out with. So I'll ask you, man, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Ford Used Carpets, Cumberland Farms, ButtKicker, Pit Stall, Feg PC, Lightning Wrapz. Congrats to Bobby. It's his first win here, so nice job. Wally, again, the guy's on fire, coming in third. All our teammates, too. Love running with them and talking to them throughout the race.
For sure there, Vickery. Congratulations yet again, sir, on this podium today.
Thanks, man. You too. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Vickery going to take it home to second, but the man who defended him out to the end pops it in victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Anderson's going to bring it down to the house today. Anderson, man, oh man, sir, you had to floor this one to the end, and you managed to not only get yourself one of the only exclusive double wins this season, but you also managed to knock down Con in the process and hold back a fellow friend in Vickery and Bab. Man, that had to have been something down there.
And it was finally got one. Instead of finishing second all these times, we finally got one and couldn't come to a better place. Surprising, but it was awesome.
I'm gonna quickly confirm this, but I think I made a mistake. Have you not actually won on the show yet already? I feel like
I have not. I have not yet.
Why do I keep feeling like you had? Okay, well, I guess we'll have to add you now to the list of drivers that have now won this season. So my apologies there, but nevertheless, here, man, you did pick up the when you wanted. I heard that this track has given you so much grief and issues. Why has that been, and really, what has been the big issue for you and this team?
Just trying to figure out the turns, tire savings. One of my biggest things here at this track is saving tire. I got a good short run speed, but once we get green flags going, it was hard for me to save tire. But tonight I figured out a way to do it within the corners, just give a little bit more patient with it, and it's actually working out. And on that last run, when Con and them were up front on older tires than we had to pounce as soon as we could. We had to hurry up and try to get in front of him and take the lead and try to hold on to that so he wouldn't get back. But luckily when we did take it, it was smooth sailing from there for us.
It certainly was indeed here. Well, nevertheless, though, Bobby, this one was a fight from start to finish. And my friend, you're taking one home. Who do you want to thank for all this today?
I want to thank the sponsors we got: Pit Stall, Lightning Wrapz, FEG. You up here for doing the broadcast, and them for putting on the league for over here at PTM, and thank Ford Used Carpets, and just anybody and everybody, my wife, my kids and stuff that watch, all the guys that watch with me, Dubby, just everybody.
What a performance, Bobby. You've joined the long list of drivers to visit Victory Lane this season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another winner added to the bunch. And now I can say for sure, he is a new winner to this bunch. I don't even know what to say about this season, folks. We've got one race left, and we have had multiple winners, and only one that has gone even 2 or 3 out of a season. Everybody else has been brand new or has literally came on the scene and took one home this season. What a show, what a day, what a time, and man, we got one last race left. I'm sad. I wanted to keep this going, but nevertheless, we thank you so much for tuning on into the Pit Stall Racing Series, the ButtKicker Company, ForEntertainmentGroupPC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for their support to the show for the Lightning Wrapz 100. And you fans out there, as always, thank you so much. We love you guys, bottom of our hearts. We hope you guys never tune out, and we hope you keep on coming at it. Till next time, stay tuned with us here on PTM Racing TV.